Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the very first vlog from Mango Media PR. My name is Josh Story.
I'm Alexis Walker Story.
And we are here to tell you a little bit more about what we do and answer some of your questions.
You might know us from some of our work around town. We were involved in the photos of the magazine that Lawrenceburg put out. You can see our picture in the bottom of page 35, or some of our ads you might have seen around town.
What we thought we would do today for a little bit of structure to our very first video that we're trying is, in our business, we travel a lot. We see a lot of business owners and sit with their teams and learn a lot of their goals and a lot of the struggles that their brand may face. And when we do that, we also get a lot of questions, and some of the questions seem to repeat themselves.
Absolutely.
So what we thought we would do today is kind of go over a couple with you and give our honest answers to what we tell folks when we're sitting in consultations from Huntsville, Alabama to Nashville, Tennessee. So our first question that we have that we get asked most often is, what is public relations and does my brand need it?
Yeah, your brand probably needs it. Public relations is basically the face of your brand. It is anything from advertising, branding, marketing, photos, to people you may hire, menus you may want to create, anything you want the public to see about your brand is public relations.
We do a variety of things from website building to photography to
commercials.
If there is an opportunity for us to be between the brand image that you have and the public at large, we like to be involved with that so that there's an opportunity. Cohesiveness is good, and an opportunity to create a lasting relationship between
you and your
company,
consumer.
and your consumer. So,
absolutely.
So that's really, and we think about it all day, all the time. So having somebody like us work with your brand or for someone in your staff, we work really hard to make sure that image that you want the consumer to see is the best image all the time.
Absolutely, and this can be anything from business cards you hand out to mailers, Every Door Direct Mail. We've handled many campaigns for Every Door Direct Mail, for flyers you want to have at an event, anything like that, anything that the public will see your brand. We involved
typically
with.
manage it or handle it in some fashion.
Absolutely.
The number 2 question is, why did you start your business? We both come from working for family businesses, for many years. And we felt it was an opportunity that we had to work with other brands and other companies and help influence their image to the public for advertising.
Absolutely.
The marketing end of it. We have experience in that with working with our own companies.
Yes, so. and like he was saying, with the working for our families, our respective families, we have seen firsthand how beneficial having somebody fully immersed in your brand can be for the progression of your brand, for the growth of your brand. You want somebody that's hands-on and that cares about you and what your customer sees.
And we gained, both of us, a lot of exposure to companies who charge a lot of money to do what we do through those family companies who were in a position to purchase that and to learn from it. And we had front row seats to say it another way. And we've just learned a great deal and knew that this was something any small business should be able to benefit from, and it not be a burden of cost that is just astronomical.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
that was always our goal.
And it has definitely grown into a passion for both of us. It started as maybe this is something that we could do, to something that we have been doing fairly successfully for many years. And we have seen time and time again how being hands-on involved with a brand helps the growth of this brand. It helps everybody. It helps the community know that this awesome brand is here. It helps the brand grow in different ways. It has definitely become a passion.
Yep, I agree. Number 3, how do I show up on Google at the top when customers search for me? This may be the first question we get in every consultation we do.
I think the biggest thing, because there's a second biggest thing for sure, but the biggest thing is all of your information needs to be correct. If all of your information is not uniform on all of your platforms across the board, you are not going to show up as highly on Google.
And to that point, there's a lot of areas that have to be covered. You know, like she was saying, all the platforms. I mean, your business could be on 10 platforms, only 4 of which you know about.
Absolutely.
So that's why it's super important to have somebody who can go behind and comb through this information to make sure it's all uniform. Something as simple as the category your business is listed in,
you will not show up as
you're going to
highly.
show much lower than somebody who's, you know, because Google's going to do what's best for the user, which is the person that's doing the search. So it's incumbent on you as the brand to make sure that all the information that's being given to Google is correct. And so that's what that's the thing we do on day one.
And it might sound silly. You might be thinking to yourself, of course my information's correct. I put it in there. And we have worked with brands who have been very well established, 25, 50 years in business, and we take hold of their brand, and something as simple as the categories that their business were under were incorrect, and they were not showing up as highly as they could have been.
Yeah.
Now, the second reason that you may or may not be showing up as highly on Google is going to be your reviews. Yeah. If you don't have enough reviews, or if you don't have great reviews, those can definitely play a factor.
And the importance of getting reviews on a regular basis, positive or negative.
Asking for reviews.
Asking for reviews.
Huge one.
It's a easy step that people don't think about doing. And mitigating those negative reviews. Our company does that on a regular basis.
Absolutely.
If we have a bad review, we will step in as the third party and try to negotiate a peaceful solution for both the customer and for the brand.
Absolutely.
So that everybody feels like they've been heard.
Yep, and that is usually the key factor is somebody just wants to be heard.
They want to be heard and they want to feel respected and that their needs are being met. And we work with brands and recommend brands to meet these needs and to reach back out to these customers and make them happy, because
customer service
is the ultimate goal of any brand that expects to last.
Yep,
absolutely.
I would too. Okay, what's next?
What do you want? No, you're going to take on the next one. I'm not doing it.
Okay, how much should my small business be spending on advertising? Great question.
Hot one.
You start.
The numbers are wild. You can get on the little Google machine and check all these out if you want, but the numbers can come in anywhere from 6 to 15% of the numbers that I've seen. I do honestly believe that every single business is different. I think that
their needs are different.
Exactly. What a restaurant like Society American Nostri, which we are in now, which we appreciate you sponsoring.
Thank you, Jason.
Shoot here. He's been one of our clients for many years. We've had a wonderful relationship with them. Their family, great family. But their needs here are very different than what you might find at, say, a large retail facility, say moving vehicles, or retail furniture sales, or retail home sales. You know, these are larger ticket items where that budget's going to be a little higher. You're going to need to be more aggressive. The creative needs to be more enticing for the consumer. Whereas in a situation like this, you know, for a lot of the reasons, the food speaks for itself.
Absolutely.
The team here does a great job in the menu and menu creation and things like that. So you've got a different opportunity that's being presented. I mean, when you say it that way,
absolutely,
it's a different set of opportunities. So your spending's different. It's just going to be different.
It will be different.
And we try to stay within the guidelines of what a business and the size of their business is expecting to pay. You know, there should not be a situation where you're looking at your advertising budget and saying, I don't know how I'm going to pay payroll. You know, that something's not right. So we work really hard on that.
I would say a good healthy number is around 5% of whatever your business is.
Yeah.
That's a healthy amount to be spending on advertising.
Yeah.
And I would say it's definitely necessary.
It is.
I'm going to skip ahead because Josh brought up a great point about Society specifically and how they appeal to their customers. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead to, does my company really need commercials and professional photography? And the answer is absolutely. And you can see it right here in Society, where they have their photos displayed on the wall in very large canvases. You can tell in a magazine how much this photo brings the whole magazine to life. Having professional photos of whatever you're trying to sell is going to help it sell much better and much faster. A commercial is the same thing. You're going to be showing a full scope of whether it be your restaurant or your retail space, whatever it might be. You're going to be giving the customer an immersive experience.
That's really what it is.
Absolutely. You can actually see more about this topic on our blog post for July this month. We talk about immersing your customer in your brand. We talk heavily about professional photography and professional commercials.
Video commercials and what that can do for each, for a brand. Matter of fact, we'll actually take a break right here for our sponsor, Society American Nostri, and we'll show you their commercial. So we'll be right back.
Continuing on with our frequently asked questions, what is a brand manager and do I need one? I'm going to let you answer this one.
Brand manager is a lot what PR really is in essence, I guess. But a brand manager can even be somebody in your organization. It's not necessarily something, you're not going to hire a PR person in your organization unless it's a very large organization. But a brand manager is likely somebody you could have on staff at some point. But we focus on brand managing as probably the top tier of what we focus on when we start with a client. And that is managing the image that they have of anything that leaves that building.
Mm-hmm. Uniformity is huge here. Yep. We want everything to be a uniform front.
Your logo is the same colors, the same size.
Absolutely.
If you've got a billboard or you're running an ad or anything like that, everything has different portion sizes. And, this is not the same as this. And you can't skip on that stuff. Those are things that are incredibly important.
And sometimes you don't realize how important until you're driving down the road and you see a billboard and then you see how it's not up there, how it should be. Right.
It's blurry, it's stretched.
You know when it's wrong. Right. You might not know when it's right, but you know when it's wrong.
When it's wrong. You got that one. So it is. It's an all-encompassing kind of title, I guess. But they have one of the most important jobs because they're always looking out for your brand and the image that it has to the public at large. And it's a really important thing that any organization, no matter how big or small you are, you need someone on your staff. Most of the time it is the business owner managing that image and managing that brand and the logo and the colors and the what's on the website, what does it look like, videos that get posted, does somebody have a sticker on their shirt? I mean, these are things that, it's just, there's another level of observance that you have to have when you're managing a brand, and it's a real rewarding job.
Absolutely.
Really. The next question on our FAQs is, do I really need a website? And isn't Facebook good enough?
No, it's not. And yes, you do.
You answered them in the wrong order.
Well, they know what I mean. You absolutely need a website. This is, at the very least, it is a landing page for all of those ads that you are running on Facebook, all of the traffic that you get from Google. Anybody that knows your name that's going to Google you, where are they going to go? Generally, your Facebook page isn't enough to generate your goals here. And you absolutely need somewhere that people can go and see, whether it's photos of your business, your address, your phone number. Yes, most of these things are on your Facebook page, but this just gives a uniform front for all of your content, all of your, anything that's relating to your brand.
And another thing on that point is Facebook, Instagram, any platform that you're going to use that doesn't cost you any money, there are restrictions, there are guidelines, there are a variety of rules that you and the user who's going to be exposed to your brand will have to abide by.
Absolutely.
A website has no such rules. There are no rules for the most part on any website. So the way in which you choose to immerse your customer in your brand has a far less stipulations.
Absolutely.
When you've got your own site and someone that's professionally managing it and a creative agency that's taking that information and turning it into something that's going to create a lasting impression with a potential customer.
Absolutely, and that just means that everything on your website is completely customizable to what you want. It's not just a scrolling feed on a Facebook or an Instagram. It is however you want it to look. We can get there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep, I agree.
Well, in conclusion, that's a little bit about Mango Media and a little bit about us.
We're really excited to do this. We've talked about doing a vlog for a while. We've done our traditional blog, which we will keep doing. But this is a new thing we want to try. hopefully next month we'll be coming to you from the Tennessee Valley Weather new weather center that they've
We are
built.
very excited for the new weather center.
Potentially our guest will be Ben Luna, so we'll get to all three to sit and chat for a little while. So we're looking forward to it.
Hopefully you'll be seeing a little bit more of us, and we'll be seeing a little bit more of you.
Thank you so much for viewing, and hit that like button and comment.
See you next time.